Hello, hello, hello. Today my topic for discussion, and maybe we'll do some releasing around it, is fear. I got a strong nudge last week to come in and start talking about fear. Now there's lots of things that I can help you with around fear, but I'm keeping it quite general today. I have a few notes scribbled down, just intuitively, things that came in before I literally turned on the camera. So if you're watching this replay, just hashtag replay in the comments. Just let me know if anything that I share resonates with you, and feel free to share this video with your friends. Now, fear, I have no doubt that most of us have felt some level of fear or other. Now, what is it? False evidence appearing real. And fear is generally based on past experiences, traumatic events maybe that have been unresolved. And if something has happened in the past, we fear that something similar is going to happen in the future, particularly if there's a theme around it. And I'm sure, you know, if you take the time to sit and look at your life, oh, was that thunder? You may actually see certain themes. I know there are very strong themes in my own life. And working with the energy healing techniques that I use has helped me to continue to release any fear that shows up for me, because we're on this journey and we're never just sorted. There's always a layer, there's always something else to be looked at, to be healed. So what I'm encouraging you to do is just check in with your body and see on a scale of 0 to 100% how much fear you're holding on to into your body right now. There's a lot of collective fear out there. There's a lot of collective fear around illness, around disease, around COVID, around the restrictions, around isolation, in businesses, fear of closing down again, fear of more lockdowns. And that fear is very palpable. Now, I'm encouraging you, we all need to stay informed as to what's going on, but are you kind of replaying the fear over and over and over again by getting involved in conversations that feed that fear? So are you feeding the fear, or are you releasing it and letting it go and building up your self-confidence, your self-belief, your faith, your trust in yourself, in the universe, in your own spiritual power? Because what we want to do is we want to literally unplug from the collective fear-based energies. We want to look to see if there's any cords of attachment, to see if there's any, chains energetically, because this is how it can show up visually when I'm working with energy. Is all of this fear yours, or does it belong to somebody else? So I'm just going to talk briefly, and then I'll see if I'm intuitively guided to do some clearing. And again, there can be very specific fears, and I'm just going to mention some of them here today. So again, we're talking about fear, projecting, something, afraid that something bad is going to happen. So literally, what is that doing? It's using up our energy reserves. It's making our bodies feel tight. It's releasing stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which bring inflammation in the body. We might feel tight. We might feel shaky. We might feel irritable, impatient. We might go into overeating, avoidance, binge watching TV, or just procrastinating and doing things that are not for our highest good, even though logically we know, but underneath there's fear-based stuff going on. So it's important to look at those. Anxiety, stress, worry can come in, and all of this creates to illness and disease and unease in our bodies, in our mind, in our spirits. And when I was looking at this morning, there was different levels of fear coming up for me in the last while. And because I've experienced a lot of grief in my life, there was fear coming in around, oh my God, what's next kind of thing. And I had to look at that and process it. And if it shows up, release it and let it go, because that's not serving me. So by holding on to grief, it's restrictive. It's not expansive. When we're feeling calm and relaxed and confident in ourselves, we feel more expansive. We feel our nervous system is calm. And I'm particularly, urging those of you who are highly sensitive like myself, holding on to fear is not good for anyone's nervous system, but particularly if we're highly sensitive, we can feel it much deeper. If we're empathic, we can absorb collective fear energies. And this is what I'm talking about. And I'll do a quick releasing technique as I come towards the later on in the live stream. So, if you're joining me live, just let me know, say hi, and anything that resonates, just post it, because you posting it will help me to help you while I'm on, whether live or on the replay, and it'll also help other people, because we often notice if we have even a fear of asking a question or of posting a comment on social media because we're afraid who's going to see it, who's going to judge us. I'm showing up here and sometimes there are voices in my head, oh my God, the neighbours are going to see it, or your relatives are going to see, what are they going to think of my woo-woo stuff and all of that. Really, that's none of my business. What is my business is that I show up and I do what I am here to do. There's a delivery now. I hope I don't need to sign it. So I'm going to keep going. So it can be fear of expressing your emotions, fear of being seen, fear of being judged, and ultimately underneath all of this is fear of not being good enough, fear of being rejected by our tribe. There's so much I can talk about this, and I really got a strong nudge to come in and start talking about it today. Literally it's non-negotiable, even though this morning I was feeling quite introverted in myself, and then I literally did my own tap and I was like, no, just get over yourself, get out there, be seen, be vulnerable if you need to be, and just share what needs to be shared, because doing the work that I do can help you to move from a space of fear into a space of faith, into a space of love, into a space of trust, into a space of self-confidence. Now, when I start talking, as you see, I get on a roll. So I'm just going to go with the flow and see. And I'll come back to any comments in a few minutes. So what I've also literally, we can have fear around our health. We can have fear around finances. We can have fear around social interaction. You might find that maybe you're very introverted and you don't like being around a lot of people, and going to social events, whether they're small or large, can create a lot of fear and stress and anxiety in your system. There can be fear around finances, fear around your health, your well-being, fear in relationships, fear in around parenting. Am I doing it right? I've had young mothers say to me, oh my God, it's so stressful because I don't know, am I making the right decisions for my child, for my teenager, for my young adult? And parenting is one of those things that really we learn it as we go along, and some of it is learned behaviour. So is that serving us or is it not serving us? We can have fear around travelling. We can have fear around money, fear in business, fear around success, fear around failure, fear around visibility, fear around dressing in the way that you want to dress. You might be dressing quite conservatively, but really you want to wear those big dangly earrings, or you want to wear those leather pants, but you're afraid of being judged. And anything that I'm speaking about here, I've experienced some of it in some form or other. So my job is to come in here and to really just ignite something within you, to start looking at, okay, how is fear holding me back right now? What thoughts, what beliefs am I holding on to? What stories am I running that are BS stories? And always it is question your thoughts, question your thinking, question your beliefs. Is this true? As Byron Katie says, is this true? Is this absolutely true? Who would I be without this thought? So when we're in fear, we're tight, we're constricted, we might have stomach issues. And the fear, if you're feeling fear on a daily basis, I would nearly guarantee you that you're going to have stomach issues, you're going to have headaches, you're going to have muscle aches, you're going to have some kind of unease in your body. And if that's chronic over time, it can lead to chronic fatigue, to fibromyalgia, to heart disease, to all sorts of illness and disease. And there's scientific evidence of what I'm speaking about, okay? So a lot of the fear, what it does is literally takes us out of our own power. It destabilizes us. If we don't feel safe, well, then we're going to play small, we're going to stay hiding, we're going to be in avoidance, we're going to procrastinate, we're not going to be open and expansive, our heart can be closed off, our whole nervous system can be on alert, and literally we are not living to our full potential. Now, every single thing that has happened to us in this lifetime, in past lifetimes, while we're in the womb, is out there running in our energetic field in the matrix. So what we want to do is we want to literally tap into what's running the show. What age version of you is in fear right now? And as I was preparing for this morning, I was always come from a space of authenticity and coming at this from my own perception and sharing it in a way that's going to resonate with my soul clients, the audience who were waiting for me to show up. And what I was shown was an image of a tire, like a tire on a car or a tire on a what's the word I'm looking for? A van or something. And it's literally like, if you keep putting the pressure of fear in that tire, what happens? It explodes. You have a blowout. It's the same emotionally. If we keep suppressing the fear and putting it down, there's no place for that, but it's going to blow out. You're going to have an angry outburst. You might be looking for a row. You might attract people who are angry, who are fearful. Just take notice of who and what is in your energy field. Is it serving you? Is it raising your vibration, or is it bringing your vibration down? Now, we can release the excess pressure in that tire by literally just unscrewing the valve, letting it down and getting the tire pressure right. Now, this was a very clear image I was shown as an analogy to talk about how energy can build up. It's the same way in our energy system. Our energy system is made up of, it's an electrical circuitry system made up of meridians, organs, skins, tissue, fascia, blood, our auras, our chakras, all of this stuff, right? So what we want to do is we want to let go of some of the pressure of fear that we're holding on to. And there are different ways we can do that. And I use colour to help release that. I use tapping, use matrix re-imprinting, matrix birth re-imprinting, pendulum healing, different stuff. I've different tools and tricks in my toolkit to use at different times because each person might need something different in any given moment. This morning, what came in very clear for me, the next level of my growth and evolution is there was fear. There was some money stuff triggered yesterday evening. And I was looking at it and I was seeing, okay, where is this coming from? So I did some tapping on it this morning. And later on then, I was like, okay, you know, what do I really need to share on this live stream? And inner child was really come up as very evident. Now, all of my work goes back to inner child, different ages in the womb, you know, different stages of your growth throughout your life, whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, it doesn't matter. Every person I work with, we go back and do some inner child healing. And I questioned myself, my energy, while I was feeling peaceful and calm in one sense, there was an element of flatness in my energy. And okay, I'm going through postmenopausal stuff at the moment, which can bring hormonal fluctuations, but it's my responsibility to keep managing those and to keep looking at anytime I feel out of sorts or out of sync to bring myself back into balance, back into harmony, back into feeling confident and grounded. And what I went back to was my 2-year-old self when she wasn't feeling safe. And she wasn't feeling safe because, and it might seem so simple now, my program for next year is Sacred Simplicity, but it's the simple things that can be so profound and make such a difference in your healing journey. I wanted to be hugged by my mother. And because I was a quiet baby and a quiet person generally growing up, there was the assumption that, you know, she's fine. She's not making noise. She's not boisterous. She's not aggressive. But that moment, my 2-year-old self wanted to be hugged. And literally what I did was I connected my 2-year-old self. And I'm sharing this because I feel it's important and I feel it's relevant. Particularly if you're wondering about, oh, how does she work? You know, is it worth my while having a chat with her to see? Is it worth my while investing in something that she has to offer? So literally what I did was I connected with my 2-year-old self, and I brought her energetically into my arms, and I let her know that she's safe, that she's secure, that I'm looking after her, gave her the hugs that she required. She wanted the colour pink, she wanted it to go in. We released fear that wasn't hers, that was stored in my 2-year-old self's heart chakra. So we released that for her. And then that memory progressed to bringing in my mother as a young mum to literally hold me safely, give me the love that she had to give me, connect heart to heart. And when that was done, what did my inner child want to do? She literally wanted me to put a duvet on the floor, a pillow with a white teddy and some sparkly energy and fairies. She wanted fairies to come in actually to help release some of the energy. This is all about the child, the inner child that is in all of us, no matter what age we are. And it's key to long-term healing to work with our inner child, our inner teenager, our inner adult, past selves, all of that stuff, right? They're all parts, aspects of us. So she lay down on the blanket with her pillow. She wanted a silk pillow, white pillowcase for comfort, a white teddy. And for me, they represent purity as well, the purity and the innocence of the inner child. Because it's learned behaviour and observational stuff and family patterns that we take on at a young age that do not serve us, that we want to release and let us go. We hold on to all the good stuff and we can build on that, but we want to release the crap that's holding us back. And after that, she was calm, she was relaxed, she fell asleep, and then she went out of the image because she got what she wanted in that moment. My energy raised considerably. I came out here and warmed up the office and got ready to come on. And thoughts in my head earlier could have told me, Dervly, you're feeling too tired, your energy's too flat, people will pick up on that, don't go live. But I chose to know, because I know how energy works, to go in and see what was underneath the emotion that was showing up for me, underneath that fear. Where did it come from? What age did it start at? And this will come up layer by layer for you. We don't go in and heal everything in one fell swoop because our nervous system, our whole system would not be able to handle it. Our soul will bring us through the layers that wants to be released piece by piece. So I'm just urging you to think back to, as a child, did you feel fearful? Did you grow up in an environment where there might have been an unhappy home? Maybe there was addictions. Maybe there was some, uncomfortable shouting going on. Maybe you were never encouraged. Maybe you didn't get the support that your inner child needed at that time. And this is not about judging our parents because they did what they knew at that time. They didn't have the tools and the resources. They didn't have the internet to access all of this amazing healing stuff that we have now. And that is one big positive thing about living in this lifetime now. It can be challenging, yes. And the fear can be challenging if you allow yourself to get sucked into it. But I'm encouraging you to move out of that fear because you can. We can stay informed without getting stuck in the collective fear and making decisions that in the long run are not for our highest good, for our health, for our well-being, for everything. Okay, you get the picture. So if you have anything to say while I'm joining me live, just let me know. I just want to check. I'm conscious I do, but there's so much. Like I'm really only touching the tip of the iceberg. I'm just going to check my laptop here as well. I'm only touching the tip of the iceberg with this, and this is what I'm going to do is just come in and give you tasters, and then you can decide if you want to chat to me about working one-to-one. Take a look at my website. There's stuff that I have for sale on my website there that you can access immediately. And I'm urging you, to not allow the fear to control you. Take your power back. Stand in your own power as a woman. And I'm primarily my audience is women, but I do work with some men as well. Stand in your power. and start becoming more aware of what's going on in your energy system on a daily basis. Because it's like feeding and nourishing our soul, feeding and nourishing our body. What are we feeding ourselves? Like when we go into fear, are we stuffing our face with chocolate, with sugary foods, with the wine, with the alcohol? Are we binge watching, TVs? Are we scrolling unnecessarily on our phone, and then the next thing we're looking and we're saying, oh my God, I've wasted so much time? Are we comparing ourselves to others because we feel we're not good enough? There's so much stuff on the internet now that can bring us out of our power. I'm here to encourage you to reclaim your power, to reclaim your power as a woman, to start looking at the ancestral fears that you may be holding on to consciously or unconsciously. That's what I am good at, because it has been a huge part of my own healing journey. I got a message before I came on this call. It could have brought me into fear, and I chose no. Okay, that message is not necessarily viewed as positive, but I can stand in my own healing vibration and deal with what I need to deal with when the time comes. So I'm all about giving you resources and tools and tips that you literally have your fingertips. You can, if you're not, people say, well, I'm not visual. Over time, that skill will build if you're telling yourself that now. You can sense, use our senses. There's, our energy is our vibration. So are you choosing fear as a low vibration? And it serves us sometimes, because if you need to save yourself from danger, yes, your fear and your survival mechanism will give you the energy to your legs, to your feet, to run if you need to run to get out of danger, as an example. So there are times when it really does support us, but I'm talking about the non-serving fear, and moving from fear to faith, to trust, to love, to confidence, to power, to self-esteem, because that's what it's all about. We're not here to stay stuck in fear. We're not here to go around moping and stuck in grief and stuck in traumatic events. We're not here to keep playing them over and over and over in our minds. And if that's happening, you reach out. It's time to stop that story. It's time for that narrative to stop. It's time for you to close that chapter, to get help, to start creating a new chapter. And as I said, mine, I know there's more ancestral healing for me to do. I've been given very clear guidance where to go. There's ancestral healing around money for me to show up in my business. There's all of that. So if you're afraid of standing out, if you're afraid of being visible, if you're afraid of outshining one of your family members, this is all old conditioning, and it can be worked on and released. Okay? So I think I've said enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little, I just want to see if there's any comments. Just bear with me as I just, so let me know, does any of what I share there resonate with you? Have I triggered something within you? Have I triggered an awareness, an aha within you? Just let me know. Just let me know who's live. Say hi. I can't see exactly. You can see some image at the top, but I'm not quite sure who it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do, I can do this different ways now, so let me just check in which way do I want to do it. Okay, I get very passionate about this stuff. And, our base chakra is all about feeling safe, feeling secure, the family of origin stuff, all of that. Let me see. As I say, there's different ways I can go into. I'm conscious of time now. We're just going to do some releasing of the fear. Okay, so just again, you can make sure that you're safe as you're doing this releasing. Take full responsibility for your own health and well-being. And what I want you to do now is I want you to either sit or stand comfortably, or be in a safe space where you're not interrupted and you can allow yourself to do this. I've no idea what's going to come through. As I say, different things can come through, so I'm just going to go with it. So even if you're live and if you're watching the replay, just let me know on a scale of 0 to 10, how high is the level of fear and, fear, anxiety, worry. What is that in your body right now? 0 to 10. And again, there's no judgment here. This is about, as I always say, tapping on the truth, checking in with the truth. The truth shall set you free. That is absolutely true, because it feels real. It feels really real and visceral in our bodies when we're going through that fear. And when it's released, you know, we can often say, what the hell was I afraid about? That was kind of crazy. But it's not crazy to your mind, because the amygdala in your brain is running the show. The programs in your matrix, in your energetic field, are running the show. And unless we look at them, shine a light on them and release them, they will continue to keep us small and keep us from thriving. Okay, so now I want you to notice, where in your body are you feeling that fear? What does it look like? Does it have a particular color? Does it have a particular shape? And I want you to check in now. And, you know, it would be great if you post comments if it feels right for you. Don't want to put pressure on anybody, but it's just, even if you don't want to post it publicly, write it down and notice the difference before and after you do this clearing that's coming in. Calling in your angels and your guides to support you as you go through this clearing, because I connect with spirit before I do anything. Asking your higher self to guide you in this. Yeah, there's disconnection energy going on, which this is what fear does. It can actually bring us, depending on the level of fear and what's going on, we can actually disconnect from our bodies. Part of us can actually, spirit can actually leave the body because it doesn't feel safe. So we want to call that energy back and integrate it into your body. So I want you to check now, on a scale of 0 to 10, how much of this fear is yours? 0 to 10, how much of this fear belongs to somebody else? And by somebody else, I'm talking about, is it collective energy? There's a lot of collective fear going on there. I stepped away from fear-based conversations yesterday evening because I thought, this is not serving me. I'm not getting into this fear-based conversation. And, okay. So now you have your numbers. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to work with the energy that is not yours first of all. So check in to your body. Where is that fear that you're holding on to? The energy that isn't yours. Again, it may be collective energy. You may find, check in, is it your mother's? Is it your father's? Is it siblings? Is it family? Has it come from society, from school, from religion? Check in. Where is it from? Okay? And again, no judgment here. It is what it is. And now, I want you to ask your body, what color do you need to lift and lighten and release that fear that is not yours right now? And I would love you to share what color comes in. Now, I want to see what colour am I guided. Okay, I'm guided to work with the colour white, and white came in before the session. But check in, your body might want to work with a different colour. Always honour that. Now, white is a very cleansing, clearing, purifying energy. It brings clarity. It's like, you know, the purity of our spirit, of our souls, what we want to connect with. Divine source is what we're connecting with. So what I want you to do now is I want you to imagine that several feet above your head, you're connecting to the divine intelligence of the universe, divine healing power. This is not about any particular religious affiliation. This is about divine source energy that is available to all of us if we're open to receive it. I feel like a preacher here. But anyway, you know what I mean? I'm just passionate about this stuff. So, yeah. There's stuff around the base, but I'll come to that in a second. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I just want you to imagine that this beautiful white light, and there is flecks of gold coming in through it actually. And what it's coming down, it's literally coming down like just like a beam of light this way. Out. So allow it to come down, allow it to pour down into your soul star, allow it to come down, right down into your crown, right down into your third eye, right down into your head, filling your brain with white light, noticing in your brain if there's any dark areas in your brain that are fear-based, There can be neural pathways created in our brains because of fear-based over and over and over again. Just notice, send the white light into that part of your brain, bring it down through your forehead, down through your third eye, cleansing and clearing your third eye so that you can see more clearly, so that you can tune into your intuition. Bring it down through the back of your neck, the back of your head. This, I'm just going where it's guided. Right down through your eyes, your eyelashes, right into the back of your eyes, cleansing and clearing any fear-based illusions, any fear-based images, any fear-based perceptions that you're holding on to that you have taken on from other people, from old conditioning. Releasing it down through your nose, down through your cheeks, through your mouth, through your ears, right down through your jaw. It's moving faster now, down through your neck, your shoulders. We can hold a lot of fear-based tension in our neck and our shoulders. Releasing it down, right down through our heart, into our heart, cleansing, clearing, lifting, lightening, right down into our stomach, right down into around our breasts, clear and cleanse. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Right down into your stomach. We can hold a lot of fear in our stomach. Right down into our intestines, our large intestine, our small intestine, into our womb, into our ovaries, right down into our base. Cleansing and clearing the energy. Imagine it washing away. You may see dark energy, you may see murky energy, you may see different things. Just don't be afraid. It's all energy releasing. Move it down through your legs, your knees, your feet, all the ways, bringing this light right up through your ankles, all the way back up your body, your bum on the seat, right up to your coccyx bone. Imagine that the light is going up into your vertebrae. It's going at the back and each and every bone, tissue, sinew, organ of your body, into your kidneys. Kidneys can hold a lot of fear. Into your liver, into every organ, all the ways up the back of your neck, coming right out through the top of your head again, bringing it right down. It wants to come down again. Bring it right down through your arms, out through your fingertips, your palms, underneath your armpits, bringing it right down. Just keep letting the white light wash up and down. And I'm going to just release. I release and tap all energy that's ready to be released that is not mine. I release and let go all of collective fear that I've taken on that is not mine. I release and let go ancestral energy that's ready to be released right now. Releasing it and setting myself free. Releasing this absorbed fear from my body, from every tissue, sinew, atom, organ, chakra, every part of my being, releasing it and letting it go now, setting myself free. And I'm actually seeing chains attached to people's ankles. So I literally want you to imagine they're not locked. You literally just step out of them. You step out of that fear now and you stand up and you walk around. You create a new boundary for yourself around letting fear-based collective energy into your system. This is what I'm seeing. I want you to walk around in a circle. If you need to come back and do this, do this. Walk around in a circle. Literally shake off any energy that wants to be shaken off. You might feel cold now. You might feel like crying. You might feel a big release of yawn. Just notice how your body is releasing it. Drink plenty of water after this session, and you can also do a little bit of journaling to see what shows up for you. Okay, so literally bringing in gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you for releasing that energy. Okay, so now I'm seeing a female representation of what I'm doing collectively here, and she's come back to center now. She's standing more confident, more empowered. So check in now with where you were holding that collective fear in your body. What number is it now? 0 to 10. Has it decreased? Even if it's decreased by 1, that is a shift in your energetic vibration. You have released energy and your vibration is already higher, okay? Lighter. So I'm feeling the collective energy lighter. So breathe and relax for a moment, and then I'll just do this second part. And again, if you want to go deeper into this, it's always bespoke work. You just cannot beat it, but you can gain huge benefits from doing what I'm doing here now. Okay. So now I want you to relax, give thanks for releasing that energy. And now what I want you to do is check in and see what energy of fear, worry, anxiety you're holding on to in your body. That is yours. That is yours, that you formed in an instant, in a moment, when you decided something about the world, about yourself, about somebody else, that what didn't feel safe. Just check in. 0 to 10. Where is it in your body again? Notice where is it in your body. Now this time I'm being drawn to the base chakra. Okay, so the base chakra is, the colour of it is red. It's safety, security, it's purpose, it's passion. It's also linked to our money story, family of origin stuff, all of that stuff. Layers of conditioning around the base chakra. So what I'm drawn to do now, okay, it's feeling, I'm seeing dark energy. So let's call in the colour red now. And if this doesn't apply to you, notice where in your body it is, okay? And just go with what you've been drawn to do. So what colour does your body need now to release this fear that is yours? Now, if you could get an age of when it started, again, take note of that. I won't go too deep in because I could be here for another hour. Okay, so let's just go into the base chakra and let me just pause for a second and see what I'm being guided to do. Okay, so I'm being guided to bring in a very soft red colour. Now, red is one of my soul colours. It's the one that I've come in naturally with the tributes, so that's where my passion and my leadership stuff comes in when I'm doing this work. I'm in the positive, my red vibration. The negative of the red vibration is anger, irritability, jealousy, inflammation, all of that stuff. Okay, feeling insecure, feeling unsafe, and all of that stuff. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to imagine now that whatever colour that your body wants right now, I'm just going to work with, it's a soft red that I'm bringing in. Just imagine that beautiful red energy coming in like a ball of light, and it's going into your base. And I want you to bring this in, you know, right, your coccyx bone, right between your legs, right in your genital area, right there in that area, so that you fill that area up. And you move in this down through your legs. It's moving down through the legs first. And I want you to imagine roots coming from the soles of your feet, going down, 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 deep into Mother Earth, grounding you, keeping you safe, keeping you protected, keeping you secure. Because when we're in fear, we feel wobbly, we feel insecure, we don't feel confident. And we want you to feel standing in your own power and confident. Okay. And then I want you to bring that energy right back up through your base, right back up through your hips, right into your womb, into your ovaries, into your stomach. Again, if you've inflammation in your body, just check if there's another colour that your body wants instead, bring that colour in. Bringing it all the way up through your stomach, revitalising every blood cell in your body, nourishing your blood cells, bringing health and vitality into your blood cells. Fresh, new energy and vitality is what's coming in. So breathing this up, right up to your chest, right around your breast area, up to your shoulders, up to your neck, into your gums, into your tongue, right up, smile, bringing it right up into your body, right up into your soul star, right down to your crown, the back of your neck, all the way down your back, right down to your arms, your fingertips, around and surrounding yourself in a beautiful egg-shaped energy of soft red. It's a lovely, I don't have anything quickly to hand. Do I? I just see. No, I don't, with the particular shade, but I can see it very clearly. Okay, so you will see what your subconscious, what your mind, your body, spirit wants for you right now. Okay, so I'm starting to, now it is gone a bit cold, but quite a bit of energy release there. So now just breathe, just relax, just putting your hand on your heart. Just give gratitude for you staying with this live stream, for showing up. You've been guided to join me here for whatever reason. Trust that. You can watch this and listen to this and do this healing again. Share it with anybody you feel may benefit. The world needs this work really now more than ever. There's so much fear-based energy out there. We really owe it to ourselves to stand in our power, to stay grounded, to stay safe, to stay secure. And staying safe and secure is not playing small. What we need to do, particularly if you've been traumatized and your nervous system is on alert, we need to get you to a space of safety and security as well, because if we don't feel safe to take action. And the next step then in creating the life that we love is to take inspired action, whether that's a baby step, 5 steps, 10 steps, a big leap, depending on what you're being called to do. Listen to that, okay? So it's releasing, acknowledging the energy, releasing it, and having the confidence to take inspired action then, one step at a time. That might be going for a walk after this. That might be drink plenty of water, keep the energy moving. I'll just take a little drink here now. So now, check in with that fear that you felt in your body when we started the session. The collective fear, what number is it now? Notice the difference, what has shifted, how are you feeling? And I would love some feedback. If you don't want to post it here, private message me, let me know how this has supported you, because it helps me to come on and share more and to know the power of this work, because it is simple yet so effective. And you can gain benefits from this. So imagine the benefits that you gain by working one-to-one or coming into my online community. And I'll share some links after this post. So I just wait a moment. I don't see any comments on my phone. Let me just check my laptop. Just bear with me. I'll move this around. Oh. Okay, no, I don't see anything. But again, if you're watching the replay and you feel drawn to share something, please do. Don't be afraid. You can tap out. Even though I'm afraid of posting, I'm afraid who'll read my post, I'm afraid of being judged negatively. I'm afraid that they'll know that I'm into all this woo-woo stuff. Woo-woo stuff works. David Hamilton has a new book. I've bought it. What is it? Yeah, why woo-woo works. It is. So no more hiding our woo-woo energy. Let's get it out there. Let's raise the vibration of the planet, one person at a time. We each have a responsibility to do it. We want to leave this planet a better space for our children, for our grandchildren, and for the generations coming after us. And yeah, so powerful work. And just, again, just bringing all of your energy, just calling your energy all the way back in, bringing it down through your crown, just bringing it all the way down to your body, just aligning yourself even further, just calling it back. Because there are many aspects to us, many parts of us, different events and incidences and comments and beliefs that we hold on to that, oh my God, just keep us from really enjoying life. Crap happens, but we can move through it. Humans are so resilient. So I do hope this has supported you. I'm going to stop for now. And that's it from me. So if you want to work one-to-one with me, just reach out, private message me. Let's have a chat to see, we have a few weeks left in this year. 2022 is coming in. So let's make it a great year for all of us. And whatever comes in, know that we have the solution to move through it. We have the support. We're not on our own. We're not isolated. We can feel quite isolated in these times. Please, please, please come onto this page. Use the resources that you have for free. And if you're called to, reach out. Let's work together in some format or other. Okay, so take care. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to reading your comments. Take care. Bye for now.